Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to another episode of PEPE and it's Atom Coins. Again, we're gonna have a boring conversation of the same old coin, same old thing, but it's fun. Right now I'm actually not doing too much updates, and I think maybe do a little bit more, or maybe not do a little. Okay, today I'm just gonna touch a few more coins as well. So PEPE, I don't have any problem with it right now. I still think that it's a golden opportunity, like a very, very huge, nice buying opportunity you have. So I'm going to talk about this first pattern, which is a very, very mini 15 minutes time frame descending broadening wedge going on here. So we could be looking at, you can see the break has happened here. Now you're trying to go back up to 547 and maybe continue on from there. I've actually made a video of mid-month reversal, and now that 15 November is here, we're in the middle of the month, you can expect the market to start to go back up again. There's always this advantage in the middle of the month because that's when reversal happened. And by the way, yesterday, as far as Twitter post goes, I think I've actually mentioned that a lot of people have been buying Bitcoin, like thousands of Bitcoins were bought. Imagine how much does a $2,000, if you want to buy 2,000 Bitcoin, how much money will you spend? Think of that. So whales were buying even like 40,000 Ethereum, and that's a lot. All right, that's a lot. They know something, and that's why they're doing it. So I'm gonna say again, don't be scared. I think just go for it, buy something, grab something. It's a very good dip, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, it's an amazing dip right now. Probably DCA could be your best friend. You could start DCA from this point onward. This is a very good point to start to DCA things. Okay, so the weekly is really important, as I've said in so many videos, of course. So there's a psychological shift that I want you to hear right now. So whatever you're doing, don't do that and listen to me. I'm looking at the weekly time frame on PEPE, and a lot of noise is happening on 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour time frame, even the 4 hour up to some extent. But the main setup that is going on in here is the weekly, right? A few days ago when I was saying that 700 is a good area to buy, and today still saving, at that time it felt a little bit bad because you may have bought at 700 and then it went down to 500, right? But I still say this, 700 is also a good buying opportunity, or was a good buying opportunity. And even if someone bought at 700, I think it was good. It was a good idea to get into PEPE at 700. And the reason why I say this, imagine that right now Bitcoin is at $100,000 nearly, and someone tells you, hey Jeff, I bought Bitcoin at $40,000. So they're gonna feel, you're gonna actually tell yourself, this guy is a genius. He bought Bitcoin at $40,000, right? It was very cheap, if I tell you right now. But let's go back maybe 1 year ago, and then Jeff comes and tells you, hey, I bought Bitcoin at $40,000. You're gonna actually think he's stupid because at that point Bitcoin went down to maybe $25,000, maybe $16,000. It was dipping down back in the old days, right? And 40,000 sounded like a very high price, and the psychological aspect was different. But Jeff knew that 40K and 25K is a buying area. So when you look at the weekly, we're looking at buying areas. It's a massive buying area, and that's what we call demand box. And these things, when I talk about, oh man, look at this course that I created for 19 hours, this goes into details. It tells you how to, treat the weekly time frame. It is an amazing rated course. I mean, you can get it if you want to get it. But what I want to show you here is that when you're doing the whole thing, this here is important, time frame. And I go in detail, like right now, if I'm going into this small detail in such a small duration, this one, like, I open up every single thing that you really have to understand. Now, I've talked about the weekly and told you the whole little story about it. Then I tell you 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and how these one are treated. I have bought PEPE at 505 and I'm happy about it, right? And I'm not that guy, I'm not that YouTuber who is just going to say all the time, oh, this is a good buying opportunity. I'm impressed, like really impressed. It is hard for a coin to impress me with discounts, and I feel like this is just perfect. This is OG Atom Coins trading strategy, one of the best ones. I think this is the situation when I can buy and get an amazing opportunity. So for me, you can see this is an area, it's a box in here. So when you go and you learn this box and you try to like zoom in into that box, you can see that sometime you pumped from 631, which means that buying at 631 is also a good idea. 668, 700s, you can see it's near that 700 department. Sometime it dipped down to 522 and it pumped up. At some area, it dipped all the way down to 487 and went up. It dipped down again to 493 and went up. Yesterday, or maybe the current situation we're in right now, it dipped down to again 470 something. So yes, you're sitting at the very bottom of that demand box department. And when I say that it's a good buying opportunity, you're just a little bit of that area. You can see it's still a big area in the smaller time frame. It is a very big area when you go to 15 minutes, like going from 490 all the way down to 397, especially when you're putting a 10-15x, is a big deal. I know that, but that's not the point. We're not dealing with futures. This is technical analysis video. So I'm not going to put a mindset of thinking that someone has a 10x right now, but I have the mindset that the weekly demand box is being respected, check. And the RSI, look at the RSI. This one right here is also at a very, very good support, especially not in this chart on Maxi, but Binance one. This is how it looks like. So if you look at the weekly of PEPE here, that looks amazing. Look at that. Not only are the prices being considered, but also the chart are being considered. And one final thing that I'm going to talk about is this wick here. Now, there is a thread of this wick that I'm a little bit scared about. And for some reason, I feel like it's just a trap for people to think it's going to go down there. I'm not saying it cannot go, who knows? But I feel like, no, it's not going to take that wick out. And for this reason, maybe I'll just bring in Heiken Ashi candle, which if I find it's going to be amazing. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, even Heiken Ashi has a wick. So that is actually, kind of, it normally doesn't appear on Heiken Ashi. Heiken Ashi is a very filtered version of candles. You can see it looks beautiful, right? They're looking really, really beautiful. Now, with Heiken Ashi, what we need is one of the following two things. Number one is either we need a doji or we need a green candle. So if I show you Heiken Ashi, when you start to have that green candle and a doji, you can expect the bottom is in, and then you start to go back to the upside, right? That's when you actually feel like, yeah, the bottom is actually truly in. And when you go up and you see the very first doji, that's when the downtrend actually happens, right? And then we're going to actually move on again a little bit more. We went in a downtrend, and then the doji started to appear in here, and then the uptrend actually started. Right now, unfortunately, still, we yet have to see any dojis. You can see even in here as well, you went down, doji appeared, and then you started the uptrend as well. Heiken Ashi is a candle that actually helps, which is filtered. And again, I'm also going to promote this course because I think I've done a very good job in it, honestly. Not because I created it, but I still think a lot of courses that I've seen out there just doesn't do that. And it is actually in the candlestick reading where I actually go into 62 different candlesticks as well. Goodness, this was a long one. You really need to take this course with a lot of patience, but you can watch it whenever you want to watch it. Okay, right now, either next week we do get a doji right in here, and then we also start to go back to the upside. That's my take. We still haven't got a doji, but I'm pretty sure sooner or later we're about to get either a green candle or a nice good doji. Who knows, maybe next week we could actually start to get a green candle, right? And that's it for the PEPE conversation. I've talked about it long enough, and it was fun, I'm pretty sure. Let's talk about some few more coins, right? We have Shiba Inu. I'm just gonna do the higher time frame conversation. Now, Shiba Inu as well is good. Okay, this was a massive buying accumulation in here and a huge pump. Buying accumulation, huge pump. I think we could still do another, accumulation here and actually have another huge pump. And my take with SHIB, honestly, is again on the weekly, we're creating this place where SHIB has a habit to go. For example, this was your first touch with this upper resistance line, and then when you actually pumped up and you look at it, there was a lot of influence back in the days at this price area, which is 4401. I'm actually gonna go back to the normal candles because it has more details today. All right, let's zoom out a little and zoom in again into that area. And yes, you can see that that small wick, this was very tiny wick and a touch, and then we had another support of it and a touch, and then we had another candle touching that line and a wick fake out and then close below the line. So that is going to be double 4400 department has a lot of influence, right? And this pumped up, this target was met, especially after coming from that support zone, right? Okay, and then what did you do next? Even after that, when you pumped up again, this is where you actually went up and got rejected and then came down. So one rejection here, second rejection here, third rejection right there. That is going to be a very good valid resistance line. So my take is SHIB, whenever it actually, ends this huge consolidation, we're looking for that move up 427%, 44.29, and that's the resistance. Okay, now if you break it, amazing, we go back up to all-time high, kill the zero, as I always say in the videos. I don't know, I always have this feeling it's gonna do that at some point. And then Ethereum, I haven't really watched Ethereum honestly, but let's actually see if there's anything we can check it out. Ethereum is very random. It's really, really random. I don't even know what's going on with it, honestly. I haven't even studied Ethereum just yet. I just had PEPE and SHIB to talk about today. Maybe some other time we're going to do Ethereum. And that's it for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love, peace.